Hi guys, this is the Code Chameleon. I am Stefan Jorgensen, and today we're going to dabble a little bit with the new feature management in .NET 9 that has finally been introduced. My plan is to show you how a regular developer like me kind of digs into new features and figure out how it works. So I have nothing special planned except to look into the documentation and dabble a little bit in Writer and see if I could get it to work. So to start off with, I think this is a really important feature that has finally been added to the framework. Many places need this. I've been a part of a team where we actually implemented our own feature management, or feature flags as it's also called, because it's just such an important way to kind of handle the traffic going to new implementations, just to test out a little bit to see if it's working, and if it's working as planned, then you can slowly turn up the traffic that is going through the new feature implementation. But let's take a look at the implementation. Sorry, the documentation. I just searched for featuremanagement.net and found this lovely page with lots of content. I think we'll just dig through it. I've browsed it a little bit just to see what we can do and what it can't do. But I figured that to start with, that we would look into what feature flags or feature management really is and why it's really important. So I have this small, just remove myself. So let's say that you have a service that has an integration to an external API or another microservice or whatever it could be. So currently, you all the traffic is going this way. We're gonna just this one. So all the traffic is going from your service to the old integration. Now all of a sudden, a new requirement comes up. We need a new integration to maybe a new endpoint or a new microservice or whatever it could be. So the usual problem is that, first of all, if you don't run a CI/CD solution, so a continuous delivery where you continuously can merge to main and actually allow yourself to deploy to production, then you have these long-running feature branches while you're working on completing the new feature, the new integration, or whatever it may be. And lots of other things could happen in main during that time. And when you finally get the permission to merge, you can run into all sorts of problems. Obviously, the merge conflicts could be really severe, but it could also be like you've introduced a bug somewhere in the new implementation, but you're not really sure when it has gone wrong. So it's like a big job to kind of figure that out. So what we can do with feature flags is that we can actually allow our existing service to maybe route a little bit of data through the new implementation. So the 99% of the traffic would go to the old integration that we know works, and we could allow a little bit of traffic to seep through to the new integration just to see, is it working as expected. And if you're feeling confident, you can kind of push up the amount of traffic in the speed that you want to. So this is like one of the strongest ways to actually use these feature flags. This is also called A/B testing. So if you have if you're in doubt of what works best, you can also do this in the front end, by the way. So if you have a new web page and you want to see how the users react, you could actually make some users go in one direction and some others, the rest of the users in the other direction. So you can see which landing page is converting best, or whatever you want to check out. And obviously, while you're working on the new integration, you just have this on 100%, and this is just completely disabled. This could also be, there's also on and off. So, but this, you get the gist here. So this can be merged into main and can be deployed to production, but this will never be hit because it's not enabled yet. So this allows us to continuously merge to main, and if there are any problems showing up there, we will be aware of it very fast, and we will know, okay, it was this merge that actually caused the bug to kind of show its ugly face. All right, so that's like the ground for this. Let's take a look at how it actually works. So the first thing that caught my eye, was that it's actually built on iConfiguration. This means that you can basically inject the rules, if you want, from anywhere you want, more or less. There's lots of different implementations of the iConfiguration. Obviously, the most normal is just the JSON file that we have in our projects. And I think that's what I'm going to touch on first, but it could come from anywhere. And it's really cool to see that it's already built into ASP.NET Core and the MVC framework, so that we can actually use filters for like hiding certain endpoints or whatever directly into in the framework. So let's take a look at the feature flag declaration. This is just the normal configuration file that we have in our project. So it has this new section. You can call it anything you want, I think. When you actually when you enable it, in the dependency injection, you could call it something else. But I think this is like the standard name. So if you don't provide anything when you set it up, I think it's down here. Let me just show you. Here we are. No, sorry, this one. So this one could actually, if you do this, just services.add feature management with no parameters, it would actually search for, what's it called? Where is it? Feature management. But if you wanted to call it foobar or whatever, you could actually provide this to the method so that it knows where to look. Anyways, let's take a look at what we can do here. Here we are. So we have some features, feature T, feature U, and feature V. You can call it anything you want. Obviously, that's up to you. And there's like different rule sets that you can set up. So this is basically the always on. It's always enabled. And this is like an array of rules. And as far as I know, I think if one of them match, the feature will be enabled. Only if there's none, or if all the rules fail or return false, it will not be enabled. And obviously, you can do all kinds of cool things. You can do like parameters as they have here with a time window, and I know we can also do just the plain old true false. So this is like probably the most simple approach. Maybe we should try this out. Let's see, do I have a writer here? Let's do a new solution. Let's just do web API, that's fine. All right. Let me just go full screen here. All right. So this is the app settings. Let's just copy paste it from here. So let's do just this one. Add that. Yeah. Okay, it doesn't like the comments, whatever. So we just need a feature T and a feature X. Let's just do one of them, that's fine. Okay, and obviously we have to actually enable it in the dependency injection, and that is obviously in program.cs. Let's see how we do it. Where did I find it? Further down. Here we are. So services add feature management. Okay, this is, I have a minimal API here, so let's just, it should be here, right? Builder.services. What was it called? Add feature management. Sorry. Add feature management. Okay. I probably need a using statement or something. Yeah. That's the one. Just include this, install it in the project. Here we are. Just FYI, obviously you have to install a .NET 9 for this to work. I have done that already. All right, so this is basically enabling our feature management. Enable feature management, right? Like that, okay. And let's say that, should we just write something to the console to see if it's actually working? So what we can do is this. There's like this feature manager that we can get injected by the dependency injection now. So let's do that. I'm just gonna add this here, and let's just go. We should go. Let's just write out feature X is feature manager is enabled. It's called feature X. Yeah, so this is async. Okay, I think this is fine. I'm just gonna feature is enabled. This, okay. And currently we have, this should be not be, okay, so it's not enabled, obviously. Yeah. Let's try and run this. Let's see what happens. All right. Feature weather forecaster. That, okay, let's see. Feature X is enabled, false, okay. That's good, just like we expected. So this could obviously be, like they have it in the documentation, wrapped in an if. So while you're doing the development, you wrap your new the call to the new functionality in the new service or whatever in an if statement. This would obviously be removed when it's fully implemented. So if I had a new feature, I could put the call here. It would never be called right now because we have it disabled. And if we can we do this, so like that. Again. And where's my debug? And now it's enabled. So this is like the most simple setup, which is honestly super easy to use, right? So let's dig into if we wanted to kind of only route a percentage of the calls to the new feature or whatever, to only enable the new feature for a certain percentage of the calls. Then we have this one. It's a little bit more complex. The rule that we set up. I'm just gonna copy paste this. So instead of just having true, we can add a object here, which has a requirement time. This could be all or any. So just like in link, if it's all, then all the rules here should be returning true for the feature to be enabled. But this could also be any. So if any one of these in this array, any one of the rules here return true, the feature will be enabled. So let's just do all. Time window. Okay, this is one of the other filters that we can do, so we can enable it in a certain time span, but let's just remove that for brevity. And then we have this percentage. Let's just set it to 50 right now. And let's do this. So if it's enabled, it's enabled, bam, else is disabled, right? Okay, we just need to do this async. There we are. Okay, so now we print out if it's enabled or if it's not enabled. So if I call the endpoint a few times, we should see approximately, or well, it should be 50-50, right? If it's enabled or disabled. Let's try to run this again. All right, I'm just gonna do it like this so it's easier for us to see. So let's call it. Okay, what is going on here? We're getting an error. Failed to determine the HTTPS port for redirect. Oh, I'm at the wrong window. No? Should be right. Okay, here we are. So the first call, it was disabled. The next two calls, it was enabled. I'm gonna call again. Enabled. 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 Okay, that's a lot of enabled. Okay, disabled, disabled, disabled. Okay, so you can get the gist here. It actually kind of has like a smaller load balancer of the request, so that it kind of only routes a certain amount of the calls to the new feature. So obviously, doing this would completely disable it, just like we had before, and this would be all calls going to the new feature, obviously. So that's pretty cool. What else? What else? There's another schema, right? So this will override. They have like a special schema that can be used in all sorts of management libraries. I haven't looked into this, but if you have this in your app settings, it will take precedence over this one. Just a small gotcha there. You haven't been over this. This is just the setting up the dependency injection. And as I mentioned earlier, if you want to call it something else, the section, you can do it just like this. Just like with the regular I configuration. Yeah, it's always scoped as a singleton, unless you use the add scoped feature management. There are certain scenarios, so if we have like a dependency inside our feature management class that has scoped services, we would need to use this instead, so that we would set the dependency injection up properly with the right life cycles. Alright, so this is part of the ASP.NET Core integration. So basically we can disable or enable a complete controller or only one of our action methods by using the feature gate. Let's try that. Just gonna add a new project. Let's do a web API. That should do it, right? I think that will get me a, yeah. So controller, home controller. All right. Let's just set it up the same way as we have over here. Feature management. Like that. And home control. Oh, we have to set up the builder dot. Oh, what was the? We need the using statement first. That one. Install the package. Here we are. And we go builder.services.add feature management. Like that. Good. And now we should be able to go, what you call feature guard? What's that? Feature gate. Feature X, right. I'm not sure what the... Okay, we need the .NET Core, obviously. Are we good? Yeah, here we are. Okay, so now we have the feature gate on the entire controller, which would essentially mean that with our current setup, it would work completely. Let's just throw this down to 0%. So now it should be completely disabled. And that should result in a 404 as far as I remember. That would be what I expect anyway. Yeah. By default, a minimalistic handler is registered which returns 404. You can do all kinds of custom stuff if you implement the iDisable features handler, but like I would always expect a 404 here, right? Well, you might have scenarios where you need like a bad request or whatever, so that's possible as well. But for now, 404 is fine. So if we run this, I would expect a 404 when we get this. Can be found. Let's just check that it is a 404. That. Yeah, so we get a 404 as expected. And if we go into the JSON and say, okay, this is enabled, and we run it again. No, okay, do we need to maybe rerun it? That's interesting. The minimal API picked it up without me restarting. Oh, am I getting... Why am I not hitting this one? That was interesting. Isn't the route set up correct? Do I actually hit the home? No? So why is that not working? I'm starting the wrong. I need to start this one, please. So that was a false positive before. My bad. Okay, we're up and running. Great. Okay, great. So this should be the home. Yeah. Okay, and if I go here and I do 0, so now will it work? 404? Yeah. Okay. So this is working. That's pretty cool. And if I want to, I can move this away from the entire controller and do, let's put it on privacy here. It's the same way to do it, right? Feature gate, yeah. Okay, so now we have put it on the privacy endpoint and it's still disabled completely. So let's run it. So this is working and privacy should not be working. Okay, good. And obviously if we do 100, it should be working, and it is. Now I would say you probably wouldn't use the percentage here on the endpoint. I would expect that to be on or off. Maybe there are scenarios where you want to do this. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, this is super cool and super easy to use. Super excited about this. I think this is going to be a very strong feature for many people in the future. Okay, and you can actually use it in views as well. You just wrap it in like this is like a special tag that they created. So obviously if the feature X is enabled, then the part inside the tag will be shown. Oh, and you can actually negate it as well. That might be confusing, right? Well, yeah, there might be some scenarios. Oh, and you can actually chain them as well. So would this be all by default? All listed features must be enabled. Okay, so all of these, both feature X and feature Y, must be enabled for this to actually work. This can be done by adding... Okay, we need a tag helper. Okay, so remember that if you want to use that. Okay, and you can create filters as well that also use these. So that's very strong. That's pretty cool as well. Razor pages and so on. Oh, and you can even do it on the middleware level. That is cool. So basically what you can do here is if you have some sort of middleware that you're building, you can do the same thing. You can set it up in the program.cs, and just by using the app settings configuration, you can actually control if the middleware should be triggered or not. That's pretty cool. Anyway, I think I'm gonna stop here before this turns out into a very, very long video. I hope you enjoyed it. I definitely did. Hit me up if you want to ask something, or if you have any comments, drop them down below. Until next time, guys. Bye-bye.